you're either accumulating closer to your goals, you're pushing away farther from your goals. And those are literally decided by the decisions you make.
Got 100 mil yet. I can't chill yet.
Yeah.
That's literally how I feel, like that you were willing to sit with me. Like, you just never know what people are going through. So I just appreciate that a lot.
Most definitely. I got you.
Hey, pretty girls with game, it's your girl Adana, and I am back with another video. Yay, y'all! I am so excited because today this one is going to be a little different, y'all. This is going to be a little different. We have a special guest, and I'm really excited for you guys to meet him. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. Today we have Abdul Jamal, the online fitness coach.
Yep.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel blessed.
No, for real. So today, y'all, we made hats. Look at the hat. Doesn't it look nice? The bougie grazer, we made hats. It was so fun too. Like, y'all have to do that.
It was definitely a vibe.
For sure. So I wanted to start by us just kind of like introducing ourselves. Well, you introducing yourself. So, Jamal, where are you from?
Well, yeah, my name is Abdul Jamal Jawara. I'm from Northern Virginia, DMV, represent. Moved out to Atlanta about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And yeah, born and raised in Leesburg, Virginia. That's where I'm from.
How do you like Atlanta?
Atlanta's cool.
Be for real too.
Atlanta's cool. It's like, I feel like if you're here for the right reasons and you're here to meet the right people, it's a great place to be, great place to network. Like, obviously, there's a lot of bullshit out there. I'm gonna say any city you go to, but yeah, Atlanta's all right. I like the speed of it.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm an online personal coach.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that about 2 years now.
Okay.
Wow.
Do you like what does an average day-to-day look like for an online fitness coach?
Average day-to-day, depending on the day, obviously, I go through my daily routine for early morning wake up, 4 a.m.
Okay.
Morning prayer, hit the gym, get my weights in, and then from there, honestly, it's just have my clients be accessible to me, providing the value that they need in order to reach their fitness goals, of course. So I got numerous clients spread out through the states, and they come to me. We set up a specific workout regimen for them, whether it's fitness and workout specifically or nutrition and diet as well. And yeah, we get to it. We my brand is Aim All Fitness, Ambitious Men at Law. We focus on becoming the best versions of ourselves, and yeah, ultimately just stacking more good days than bad.
That's good. Like, if I could be a fitness coach, I would be one. I've always been into fitness, and I'm gonna go into this too, because like how we met, but like I'm so glad that we kind of like connected, because I feel like I took my gym content, stuff like that, to another level. So thank you for that.
Absolutely, of course.
But let's talk about how we met, because this is, to me, it's just crazy, like how God just had people align and just cross paths. So you want to say it, or?
I remember it vividly. I don't know about you, but you can go ahead.
Okay. You want me to say it?
I don't mind.
Go. How do we meet? Jamal?
Beautiful church, 2819.
2819.
Awesome church here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Walking to church. I believe it was a Sunday in.
It was like the beginning of
January, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been the second Sunday of the year. And you're walking up, I'm walking up behind you. And I was just being a kind person, just say how you was doing. And turns out to be it was your first day coming to 2819 church. I had just started recently coming to 2819 church. And you asked if you wanted to sit together that day. And we sat together.
We did.
And yeah, so on.
The rest has been history. I'm so glad that you said yes too, because I feel like I hadn't went to church in like wanting to go to church in a really long time. Like, I've had my relationship with God, like our connection, but I had not went to a church. So the fact that you were willing to sit with me. Like, you just never know what people are going through. So I just appreciate that a lot.
Most definitely, I got you.
But yes, so that's how we met, and yes, we've been continuing to, work out, make content, and just it's just crazy how like God really has people come into each other's lives for different reasons, and I'm grateful. But I really want to go ahead and get into the video, y'all, because we today are going to be talking about chasing the best version of yourself. Both of our platforms are basically about that. That is what we do. That is our calling. And so I really want to dive into some questions that I feel like it's important to talk about. So the first question is going to be, what does being the best version of yourself mean to you?
Full transparency, I feel like being the best version of self means to me is just like performing and operating in a sense of true self-expression. Mm-hmm. So like whether like where you come from, what's your background, what your belief system is really just operating in a sense like, okay, this is my morals, this is how I feel about my life, and I'm true to myself. So how I go about my day-to-day, how I go about my conversations, how I go about my relationships, it's just true to myself. So I feel like that's the best way you can express yourself is true self-expression. That should be the best version of yourself, really being who you are authentically is.
I completely agree. I feel like when I started to do things for myself, when I started to pick myself up out of hard times, like that is where I feel like I'm being the best version of myself. I'm just in tune with myself.
Absolutely.
I'm not listening to what anybody is telling me to do with my life. I'm guiding my life in the direction that I want it to go in, and I'm always keeping myself first.
Yeah, it's great that you actually said it, because like I truly believe like us as humans, like we are our creator of our realities essentially, and everything's perspective, of course. So it's like if you're going about your day to day, and I don't know if you're a little bit low, whether if you're a little bit high, you just gotta really like key into like the things that actually matter to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, as far as if you go into success or like a happy life, it's what makes you happy. What makes you happy makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that, but what makes you happy might make you happy, but what makes me happy might not make you happy. You know exactly. So everybody gotta just be true and real about themselves and just go after what truly makes them happy. You know?
I agree 100%. So yeah, as far as being the best version of yourself, yeah, just starting with the core for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what was the switch? Like, what made you finally say you want better for yourself?
I remember it vividly. It was around like Thanksgiving time. I want to say around 2022. And it was just like, I just feel like my life was just kind of in, not necessarily chaos, but like it wasn't really heading in no specific direction. And I feel like, especially like within my brand, Aim All Fitness and Ambitious Men at Law, men need to have a sense of direction in life. And if you're not having a sense of direction, you know what I'm saying? Only dead fish go with the flow. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like I really got conscious of that. And it's always been instilled in me to the point where it's like I've always had something like I want more. I need more in my life. I like just what's out there is not enough for me. And it's like when I really dialed in, I got older, and as I matured, I realized, okay, this is what I want to do. Let me put it all into my basket and just actually work on what I want to do. And that's my fulfillment. And that's kind of was my direction into wanting more, being more, and just elevating to a higher sense of being, essentially.
Yeah, I feel like the switch for me, it was like during COVID time, and I read this book. I always talk about it. I read this book by Joyce Meyer, but I was really just trying to get my relationship closer to God to, figure out who I was, like what my calling was on earth. And so I feel like the switch was just during COVID, just me having so much time to myself, so much time in my thoughts, just trying to figure out, like, what am I supposed to be doing on earth? Like, I just feel like the way that I was living, it didn't feel as authentic as I am living now. Like, I feel like I was just going with the flow of life.
Absolutely.
Like, you hanging with friends, they say, hey, let's go here. Yeah. Or you listening to friends and family that say you need to go this direction in life. And so I feel like that's where I kind of was like not living for myself, but kind of just living for others and others' approval. And so I feel like once I finally got my relationship closer to God and had those conversations with him to figure out, like, hey, what am I calling on earth? Like, you're waking me up every single day for a reason. Exactly. So what should I be doing? And I feel like after I read that book, I just finally just realized, like, hey, I am supposed to be making content about people, helping them find themselves, find their self-worth. And yeah,
absolutely. I mean, going off on that, it's like literally, so it's like you said, self-worth. It's about roughly like 10 to 15% of people, like in the whole global population, actually know who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just go through the motions.
And that's crazy too. Crazy. Yeah. Like, I could not imagine not living my life, not knowing who I am truly.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a scary feeling because, like, I remember being in the past kind of having that feeling like, damn, what am I doing here? I'm just going through the motions. Yeah, I got my day-to-day. Yeah, I got my relationships. But, like, so obviously there's a deeper sense of being to all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are much more powerful than we think we are. Like, I genuinely believe we are a divine creation and we're made in the image of God. So
for sure.
It's like, yeah, we all got talents, we all got gifts, and it's on us to utilize those gifts or we're going to lose them. You know what I'm saying? They were God-given gifts, you know?
For sure. I agree 100%. Yeah. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
How do you get to a point where you are being consistent with getting 1% better every day?
I love that question.
Because that is hard.
Yeah.
That is not easy. Like, we say we want to do a lot of different things. Everybody says, like, hey, I know I want to get into shape, or I know I want to start taking my business serious. But, like, how do you get up every single day and work towards your goal and get 1% better?
I love that question. Honestly, it was definitely something I kind of struggled with, definitely in the beginning of, like, my journey and my self-development journey. But it's like when you finally decide in your mind that you want something, there's no in between. You can either put one foot in or you can put both feet in. And if you decide to put both feet in because you truly want it, there's no limit to it, to be honest. As far as, like, you wake up daily, and this is something I'm speaking to, what I experience myself. Like, I wake up at 4 a.m. every single day. And with the energy I wake up with is like the energy to seize the day. I don't know if you've ever heard of, like, the saying carpe diem, seize the day. And it's truly like I wake up with the intention to seize each and every single day because I feel like every single day is an opportunity. And it's an opportunity for you to do more, be more, and just perform to a whole nother, like, sense of you even knowing that you can perform to it. Like, you really don't know what we're capable of.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, everybody falls short at times, and there's better days than others. But at the end of the day, it's like once you kind of just, like, have it instilled in your mind, okay, this is what I want to do. And if it is exactly what you want to do, then getting into flow state, getting into, like, the rhythm, the pattern, form the good habits in order to, like, actually reach towards that goal, it should be easy. You know what I'm saying? It only, like, gets into, like, complications when you don't really want it. You know what I'm saying? If you really want something, you go after it and you'll get it.
I think so. Like, for me, my friends and family, they know my saying is from the Lil Baby song. When he was like, I don't got 100 mil yet, I can't chill yet.
Yeah.
That's literally how I feel. Like, I do not have 100 mil yet. I cannot chill yet. Like, I feel like when it comes to being consistent with things, it's just about really how bad do you want it. You can do all this talking about what you want to do, or if you want to get into shape, or, you know, if you want to really do this business, but what are you doing every single day about it?
Exactly.
It's like you can be a watcher or you can actually go after your dreams. And I want to be someone that goes after my dreams.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So, like, actions bring results. So as far as you going through or going after your dreams, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, like, whether if it's like 1 yard a day, 2 yards a day, 5 yards a day, or if you go 100 yards a day. I'm a true believer in, like, 1% better mentality.
1% better, yeah.
Every single day. And it's like each and every single day we have the opportunity, either accumulating closer to your goals, or you're pushing away farther from your goals. And those are literally decided by the decisions you make.
Literally.
Because every single day we have choices, right or wrong, good or bad. And you get to decide which direction you want to go in. You know what I'm saying? Either working closer to your goal or you're pushing farther from your goal. There's no in between, and each and every single day you're picking one or the other.
Yeah.
Whether if you know it or not.
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten to a point now where I choose to want to put in the effort for my business, because nobody is going to take your business or what you got going on seriously if you don't even take it seriously. If you're not showing up for yourself every single day the same way you showing up for your job, or you showing up for somebody else's situation, or you showing up to go to a Chris Brown concert, this concert, that concert. I mean, it's just like, no, you need to be focused on yourself and really putting that work behind yourself.
Absolutely, because like no one's going to care about your life more than you are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Not like it might be like obviously your mom loves you, your father loves you, your cousin loves you. You know what I'm saying? But like no one's going to wake up LaDonna. You know what I'm saying? And wake up and get to it and go about your business, go about your dreams more than LaDonna can. Just like me, Jamal, no one's going to wake up each and every single day, go after my ambitions, my dreams more than I can do for myself. You know what I'm saying? You got to want it more than anyone else.
Exactly. And the way I like to look at things too is like, if I'm not doing it and I'm not pushing out my content, they looking at somebody else. No. I don't want them to look at nobody else. I want them to look at me. So I got to be making sure my shit in people's face. So yeah, I feel like when it comes to, you know, being consistent, it is really about how bad you want it, and how are you going to show up for yourself. If you really want that bad, how are you showing up for yourself? For sure.
Many don't have the right security in place. One careless click, one weak password, and boom, your business is wide open for an attack. You think it won't happen to you? 43% of cyber attacks target small businesses. And here's the kicker, 60% of those businesses don't survive 6 months after a major breach. That's where we come in. At 2-in-1 Security Group, we make cybersecurity make sense. Our micro-learning, no-fluff training teaches you and your team how to stop threats before they start.
How do you handle setbacks or failures on your path to self-improvement?
I love setbacks and failures. Like I've had multiple businesses. I used to work in wholesale real estate, and I had a little bit of success in it, but I strayed away from it. So I wouldn't call it a failure, but I take everything as a lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
Like I have a lot of skill sets and lessons I learned from being in real estate that I applied it to my online coaching business as well. And it's like, honestly, some people are scared of failure. I love failure. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, you learn from it. Past experiences, especially if you're someone that's like kind of like witty and wants to know, like I'm a knowledge freak. I love to gain knowledge. I love to read books and just learn and just improving my game in all aspects of life. And it's like I feel like people can't see the glasses. People can see the glasses halfway empty or halfway full.
Yeah.
And I always see the glasses halfway full. So like even if I failed at something or I didn't get the outcome I wanted, I'm like, okay, let me analyze it. Let me realize why I didn't get the outcome I wanted. Okay, the next time around, the next opportunity I get, I'm gonna capitalize on it. Yeah, I know I learned from my past mistakes. So that's kind of how I view failure. And failure is never a setback. It's just a lesson to move forward. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely look at like setbacks and failures as lessons for sure. I feel like I've talked about this before, but you know, everything happens for a reason. So as far as it being a failure, I don't think it's necessarily a failure. It was just something that I need to learn along the way to my journey to success. As far as handling it though, I'm really big on like now just leaning on God. He's definitely put me in situations where I can always count on him. He's never steered me in the wrong direction. So when it comes to that, I put it in his hands, and I know that he's going to make sure that I get out of situations on top. Like I'm not worried. Like I guess I wouldn't say I'm not worried, because sometimes I do have a little worriedness in me, but ultimately I know that situations pan out the way that it needs to
Absolutely.
still get me to my success in life, for sure.
I feel like if you always look at problems or situations as part of your journey and figure out, okay, what is this trying to teach me, and how can I capitalize, or how can I move on forward from this? If you have that perspective, then nothing can hold you down or set you back.
For sure. Okay, so the next question is going to be, how do you balance pursuing your goals with self-care and mental health?
Okay, that's a good one. So you said how you balance pursuing your goals with self-care and mental health.
Right, because you don't want to like work yourself down to the ground. Like, how do you like manage keeping your self-care and mental health together?
If I'm being like completely honest about myself and how I go about my business, is like I do struggle with like, okay, like, you know, the saying like, when you work, when you play, don't mix the two. So I'm kind of struggling with those in my personal life, to the point where it's like, okay, I just know there's so much work to be done, where it's like, okay, even if I work, let's say I work 6 to 10 hours on my day and it's fixated on my business and my brand, I still feel like I'm not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? There's always more work to be done. And what I've been trying to do lately is like, okay, have those designated time periods where I'm working, but then be okay with like, okay, we're human. You know what I'm saying? We're not a machine. We're not supposed to just work 24/7. Also have like a sense of like, okay, it's time to decompose, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's like watch your show, and I don't even watch shows like that, but like watch a show, journal, read a book, and just kind of take your mind away from the task at hand, because you need leisure time. You know what I'm saying? And through those leisure times is when you can actually brainstorm more ideas that can benefit whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're doing.
For sure. Like, I'm not sure if you guys just heard him, but journaling is so good. It's so good to just put things to the paper, write out your feelings, write out your goals. Like, I like that you mentioned that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just kind of how I go about it. Everybody's different, but yeah, I feel like we said, we're all humans.
Yeah.
You need time to decompose. You need time for relationships. You need time to conversate with your brother, your sisters, your cousins, your girl, your husband, whatever the case may be. And it's like, we need like we're humans. We need interactions with other people. We shouldn't just always be working or working on a specific task, whatever the case may be, but actually just have genuine connections and vibes with people.
Yeah. When it comes to me, just kind of like balancing my goals and my self-care and mental health, I kind of incorporate them both. So I've said this before in my last video, but yes, I do the Pilates with the sound bath. Like, I always make sure that I'm making appointments to make sure that my nails is done. Like, that is all part of the package with me. And I feel like once you know what's in your package, what needs to be taken care of for yourself and your mental health, just get into a rhythm of things. Yeah. Like, let's just say some people on Sundays, they write out their goals. Okay, so this is going to be the last question, but this is going to be the best question, because I remember when I used to be looking for people to give me advice on how I can be in a position where I'm chasing the best version of myself. So the question is going to be, what advice would you give to someone who feels stuck or unsure of how to start becoming the best version of themselves?
That's a great question. I got to sit up a little bit for that one.
Yeah.
I'll say the best advice I could give to someone that's stuck in trying to become the best version of themselves is to honestly be patient with yourself. Realize, really try to define what you're trying to accomplish or what you want in this life. And then from there, just move in accordance to that. Like I said before, each and every single day, you can either accumulate things that get you closer to your goals or accumulate things that get you farther from your goals. So it's not no overnight success. There's no instant gratification with this, especially when it comes to personal development and self-development. You have to take your time and be true to yourself and understand what you're truly trying to accomplish. And from there, then you just take the daily actions forward to just stack more good days than bad. And then one day you'll wake up and you'll be where you always dreamt of, you know? So I really I preach the saying, especially to my clients, is to stack more good days than bad. We're human. We all fall short at times. We can't be perfect. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we can't be perfect is okay. But if you can stack more good days than bad, especially throughout the years, because this is not like no 6 month, 8 month process. This is a 3, 5, 10 years, 25 years process for your rest of your life, longevity in this. So to the point where it's like, if you can stack more good days than bad, you will wake up one day and have so much fulfillment in your life because you know you've been trying and you've been going hard to the point where it's okay, yeah, I've been stacking days. I've been stacking days doing my thing, and these days have been good. And I have confidence in what I'm doing, and I have confidence in myself on the days I have stacked.
That was good. That was some good advice. No, I agree 100% with what you said. And yeah, I would definitely say, just to piggyback off of that, just, give yourself grace and understand that you are not alone in that as well. Like there's a lot of people that's in that situation, and it's okay. Absolutely. Give yourself grace. For people who don't know what they should be doing in life, I always say this. If you don't know what you should do, serve God. If you don't know what you should do, serve God, because it can help you get a sense of self. And once you start serving God, you can get some inspiration and some motivation to do other things. Like it's so many people that I know that like they didn't necessarily know what they wanted to do with their life, and they went to a church. They started working at the church. They started to be, the ushers at church, just wanting to serve God, and it helped them find their purpose. Also, if you can see the highest version of yourself, like everyone has like a vision of like who their highest version of themselves is. Like I can see who I am. Like I already know what I'm gonna be doing in the future. So if you can see that, that means that it's there and it's attainable.
Absolutely.
Write it down of all that you want to accomplish, and just write down like a short-term goal, a long-term goal, maybe like a year plan, a 3-year plan, then a 5-year plan. Like start writing things down, pen to paper.
Yeah.
That's a good start too. Figuring out the direction you want to go in by writing it down. I would definitely say to do that. I think that was one of the things that I did not take lightly, of like really writing down my goals.
Yeah.
Because I need to physically see that, like things on my calendar. My calendar book is always filled on my wall, like writing stuff down. Like you got to show up too. Yeah. Like you can't just soak in whatever you feel. You got to take your feelings out of it too at a certain point and start showing up for yourself.
Absolutely. And to kind of pick it back off of that, is like, if you're in a place in life where it's like you're trying to figure yourself out or figure out what your journey is or what you're trying to do, the fact that you have like the conscious mindset to like acknowledge that,
yeah, that's so big.
It's a powerful thing, 100%. Yeah. And it shows that you're on the right, and you're on the right path. So for those people that already have acknowledged that in their mind, don't get down on yourself. Take your time, be patient, and just know like everybody else is going through the journey just as much as you are. So have grace with yourself and know that everything's okay. And as long as that you have the conscious decision that you're trying to do good and stack more good days than bad, then you're on the right path. And that's all that matters.
For sure. And those are all the questions that I have. How do you feel?
I feel great. I appreciate Pretty Girls with Game to have me on here.
Yeah.
And it's really been a blessing meeting you. And I feel great. I feel blessed.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm so glad that we had to talk about this, because I watch her videos and I'll be like, oh my gosh, he always keeps me motivated. And it was just good for you to come on here and speak your truth and how you got to where you are putting in 1% and you showing up for yourself. Mm-hmm. Like that's the most important thing in life, is just showing up for yourself every single day. So it was good that we was able to chit chat with you.
Most definitely. I appreciate you having me.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you guys so much for watching our video. Any comments or anything that you want to add to the different points that we talked about throughout the conversation today, definitely drop it down in the comments below. But yes, we are going to be logging off, and we are going to see you in another video. Like, I hope that you want to come again. Would
Most
you want to come
definitely.
again?
I would love to come again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes.
You see it?
Okay. Yes.
Pretty Girls with
Game. Off. I'm
Ish.
loving
They did
it.
you know what I'm
And
saying?
so you
The
gonna
first edition hat.
You gonna let me steal the hat? Like maybe
I mean, like, I can get to you like on like Wednesdays or something.
on the
like
Wednesdays.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe.
let's do that. Okay, let's do
You
that.
got just hit me like 2 days in advance.
Okay, I will do that. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Bye.